Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about more trouble, pretty bad trouble in paradise involving Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Steve Bannon, who styles himself as Mr. Real, Authentic MAGA, as against Mr. Effete, Intellectual Billionaire, False MAGA, that being, in his mind, Elon Musk, whom he now has come out. I mean, he has thrown down the gauntlet, has Bannon. And Bannon here is sort of speaking for the MAGAites in saying Musk is, strong stuff here, an evil person, and I, Bannon, will get rid of him before inauguration in the next week. Okay, let's sort of take a step back in what's happening. Obviously, Musk has totally insinuated himself into, I would say, Trump's circle, but he's sort of been, in a close line between them. He's had a singular role during the campaign, but he has very particular policy preferences and reasons for wanting Trump. Though note, he has come out as a general kind of authoritarian lover. He's championing the rise of right-wing parties around the world, including in Germany. But recall that sort of the signature campaign issue for Trump was immigration. Immigration. He said it again and again. He lied about it again and again, but it was always a way to kind of reestablish the energy of the base, especially when he was off balance. It happened again and again, for example, in the debate with Kamala Harris. And it's a big issue for maybe the core issue for the core MAGA crowd, which believes that foreigners, not simply, as Trump falsely accused, that immigrants are coming out over the border in hordes and committing murder after murder, etc. It's also that, MAGA's basic interests are sort of dislocated, left behind, non-college educated Americans, mainly white, but not exclusively. And immigration is a general challenge to them, not simply immigration by criminals. So Musk came out really, the core dispute here has been over H-1B visas. Those are special visas that permit companies like Musk's, and he's used them a lot, to have people come over from around the world. India is often a site of the immigration because they're really good at certain things, and the U.S. companies need them and can't find their equivalent at home. So that's what you sort of do to get an H-1B visa. You find this person who you assert to the customs department is really special, has special skills. I want to bring them over. That the H-1B visas last for a few years and can be renewed, and from there, people may often graduate into sort of green card status. Well, Musk is for them, and if you have the general view that America's a nation of immigrants and we really need to have the best and brightest. And by the way, Silicon Valley, which in the last 20 years has produced more wealth than the gold rush, than I think any area in history, that would be human history, I'm pretty sure is less than 50% American born. So, I mean, it really has been powered by the smartest people around the world, and Musk wants it to keep going. But a really vocal member of MAGA and now Bannon have come in and said, what's this crap? We're against immigration. Trump promised us he would generally be against immigration, and this sort of elite H-1B program that Musk is for is even worse in a sense, because it's both permitting immigrants to come in and expressly fill jobs that otherwise U.S. citizens would have. And it's got this kind of class warfare overlay of, the rich oligarchs coming in. So Bannon has declared war, and it's just going to be really interesting. I mean, Trump has had a lot of reason to at first suck up to Musk. Now things, it seems to me, go in the other direction. Musk needs Trump more than Trump needs him. And I think at some point you could well see Trump throwing Musk to the wolves, as he has so many people, or, former allies in the past. But if he doesn't, the lines are really drawn with Bannon and the MAGAites. In general, Trump assembled this coalition. It's sort of the classic authoritarian coalition of rich people, billionaires and others, whose pecuniary interests would be served by him as president because they think he will lower taxes, and even more, that he will eliminate regulation. That's on the one hand, and the other, much bigger in numbers hand, but perhaps less in influence, are the people we think of as MAGAites, the non-college educated, etc. Now, those are not people whose interests normally are congruent, and the basic hoodwinking, really, that Trump was able to do was to persuade all the core MAGAites that somehow voting for him would serve their interests, and not to worry about all this democracy stuff, by the way. And Biden's been terrible for the economy anyway, which he hasn't been, but that's been the deal. But it's got this built-in instability. You got the billionaires and you got the MAGAites, and what's going to happen. And in general, Trump, notwithstanding proclaiming a landslide, has in fact been returned to power with a very narrow majority and a very unstable coalition. You can see this in the House, where Mike Johnson has now gotten probably the thankless job of being Speaker, with a 3-person member majority to work with. And now we're going to have all these individual controversial statutes, immigration, tax breaks, and the like, that not everyone is going to want to vote for, and it's going to be hell to try to keep it together. That's the general dynamic. But now you have a more pitched dynamic where someone's going to win and someone's going to lose, and it's going to happen in the next week. And you have a classic infighter in Bannon, who represents more than anybody the kind of popular engine of Trump's popularity, such as it is, and Musk, who, the richest man in the world, who more than anybody represents the interests of the billionaires, all of whom came to Trump's side when it came time to support someone in the 2024 election, notwithstanding his terrible transgressions against the Constitution. So get your popcorn and scorecard lineup. This is going to be a real battle, and in theory, it's going to be fought in short order, and at the end of it, either Bannon or Musk will be standing. Maybe there's a way for both of them, but this is quite a conflict, and it's probably a preview of other conflicts to come in this inherently unstable coalition that brought Trump to power. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.